19. Setting a trap for the thing. The crew remembers Blair. MacReady, Knowles, and Childs decide to go to the tool shed to test him as well. The door to tool shed is open. In the cabin, the men find under the floorboards a space with a spaceship that Blair has built. On the spaceship, the men find all the parts that were previously lost from other machines and equipment. MacReady throws dynamite into the space and the spaceship explodes. With the explosion, Childs is lost in the storm outside. Knowles and MacReady crawl through the storm. MacReady finds a broken window and crawls inside. He finds himself in Childs' frozen greenhouse. He also sees Fuchs' body still stuck to the door with an axe. MacReady exits the door into the hallway where he runs into Knowles. In the rec room, the men prepare a trap for the thing. Windows prepares Molotov cocktails. Gary prepares a portable generator, and MacReady appears to be injecting something into empty contact capsules. The men work feverishly. Knowles arrives with a box of dynamite and inquiries about Childs. MacReady says to forget about Childs, he's dead. Gary installs a high current to the doors using a generator. The men lock the doors and place explosives in the building. MacReady's plan is to blow up the main generator, causing the temperature to drop. The heat generated by a portable generator in the building lures the thing into a trap set by the men. MacReady distributes cyanide capsules. He orders to swallow the capsule. If the situation requires it, the thing cannot imitate the dead. Windows and Knowles are in the kitchen. Gary and MacReady are in the rec room. Unexpectedly, the building's speakers start playing rock music at maximum volume. Confused, the men try to shout to each other, but the men cannot hear each other. Knowles realizes that the thing has entered the building. MacReady rips the speakers off the wall. In the kitchen, the thing comes through the door and pulls Windows to it. Windows struggles, looking imploringly at Knowles. He bites down on his cyanide capsule. Knowles runs away on his roller skates. Windows' body from out of nowhere blasts through the hallway wall directly in Knowles' path. Knowles falls. The cyanide capsule flies out of his mouth. MacReady heads towards the generator, but on the way, he spots Knowles. Together, they manage to get to the rec room. Music turns off. MacReady turns off the lights. Silence. The entire trap-making sequence for the thing is missing from the film, thus many events differ between the script and the film. In the movie, Childs stays in the main house while Gary, Knowles, and MacReady go to the tool shed. Knowles notices Childs running away from the main building. In script, Childs also goes to the tool shed and is lost in the storm outside after the spaceship explodes. MacReady and Knowles also get lost in the storm. All traps, cyanide capsules, portable generators, loud music, etc., are missing from the film. 20. The final battle. The men wait in the quiet rec room. Suddenly, the men hear a door opening and closing in the distance. The men prepare to face the thing. The building shakes. The foundations of the room shake. The thing descends from the roof, roaring down into the middle of the men. MacReady and Knowles throw Molotov cocktails at the creature. The thing stands grotesquely in the fire. The thing's tentacle reaches Gary, who tries to reach the doorknob. One of the tentacles knocks Knowles to the ground. MacReady manages to dodge the tentacle and rushes towards the generator. MacReady turns on the generator and a high current of electricity passes through the door, killing Gary instantly. Electrocuted, the thing's tentacle writhes in pain. MacReady gets out of the building and Knowles runs out of the room to the compound hall. Having badly injured his leg, Knowles crawls into the bathroom where he kills himself. Suddenly, a tractor driven by an enraged MacReady drives through the wall of the laboratory. MacReady drives the tractor through the wall to the infirmary. From there to the mess hall and kitchen, the building collapses behind the tractor. He drives through several walls and rooms to the pub area where he retrieves a bottle of liquor. MacReady takes a drink from the bottle and drives through the next wall. In the rec room, the tractor runs out of fuel right at the hole in the roof. MacReady places the large hydrogen tanks around the tractor. MacReady is ready. He is waiting for the thing to appear with a stick of dynamite in hand. Suddenly, the thing appears from under the tractor. MacReady manages to get onto the roof through the hole, and he drops the lit dynamite down towards the creature. A huge explosion. Hydrogen tanks and dynamite explode. The thing's body immediately disintegrates. MacReady flies off the roof into the snow from the pressure of the explosion. He tries to start extinguishing the fire in the almost completely destroyed outpost, but finds the extinguishing work futile. In the film, the final battle, like the end of the film as a whole, is different in the script. In the movie, Knowles, MacReady, and Gary drive into the building and blow it up room by room. Eventually, they land in the generator room. When they find that the generator is completely destroyed, the men decide to blow everything up. During the detonation, Gary and Knowles are captured by the Blair Thing. In the final battle, MacReady defeats the thing. 21. The last chess game. MacReady goes to the pub area, which is relatively intact. He pours himself a drink and lights a cigar. Childs shows up missing 2 fingers and numerous frostbite marks on his face. Childs asks if MacReady managed to kill the thing. MacReady answers in the affirmative. Childs estimates that he has suffered severe frostbite. He believes that he will lose his legs. MacReady sits behind the gaming table with the bottle and begins setting up a non-electronic chessboard. Childs suggests fixing the radio and getting help. MacReady states that maybe we shouldn't. Childs says that otherwise they won't make it, to which MacReady replies, maybe we shouldn't make it. Still hopeful, Childs suggests a blood test, but MacReady says it's pointless. Neither of them has any surprises for each other. MacReady suggests playing chess. Childs says he don't know how, but believes he will learn. MacReady hands the bottle to Childs, who takes a big gulp. The building fires smolder on. Bright embers dance in the blackness, pushed by the soughing wind. The end of the film deviates slightly from the script. In the film, Childs says he saw Blair and went after her. In the film, MacReady and Childs do not meet in the pub area over a game of chess, but in the ruins of some building. In addition, the end of the film leaves less room for interpretation as to whether either of the survivors has assimilated into the thing and which one of the survivors is. This was the end of the script story. As we can see, the presented film differs quite a lot from the script in some respects. There are plenty of scenes in the story that were clearly shot according to the script, but were cut out from the final film, making a different outcome. The movie is an edited version of the script, which is odd, because the film should always follow the script. In the movie, the plot and events have changed compared to the script. When certain scenes and subplots are removed from the film, such as MacReady and the inflatable woman, Child's greenhouse, and the generator breaking down, the film is left with obvious gaps. Also, when the fate of the characters in the story has changed, for example Bennings and Fuchs, it left gaps in the film. These gaps have been filled by filming new scenes that deviate from the script so that the plot still works. Admittedly, this filling in of gaps easily creates points of discontinuity and illogicality in the film, which sharp-eyed viewers may notice. For example, at the end of the film, Child's coat is different than when he went after Blair. Several explanations have been developed for this. One explanation is that Childs has been assimilated by Blair. Another explanation could be that the scene was shot like the script where Childs goes to the tool shed where Blair is with MacReady and Knowles, wearing the same jacket as in the last scene. But because the plot has been changed during production, A new scene has been shot where Childs goes after Blair wearing the same blue jacket he was wearing when he was inside. Next to the questions that are sure to be on the minds of every fan of Carpenter's The Thing movie. Is there more filmed material than is seen in the movie? The answer is yes. According to various sources, significantly more material has been filmed than is seen in the film. In addition, various alternative scenes were filmed for the film, for example, the killing of different characters and alternative versions the end. Several different endings of the film were filmed. For example, the dog running away from the burning camp. Therefore, the Thing has survived in form of dog. In another version, MacReady is rescued and given a blood test that proves he is not infected. In the end, the ambiguous ending was chosen for the film. Is all the content of the script filmed? The answer is no. There are scenes that could not be filmed or they are changed for cost reasons. There is no information on how much material according to the script was filmed and which scenes were changed during filming. In terms of the amount and content of the filmed material, it would be very interesting to see the work print of the film. Work print is long, the first edited version of the film from which, for example, the final movie and TV version have been cut. Why was the film cut? The answer is Carpenter's vision for maintaining the pace and tension of the emerging film. Carpenter saw that the original scripted plot was too slow, as he felt it had too much dialogue. Furthermore, Carpenter saw that the script had scenes that were repetitive and scenes that contained too many typical, cliched, and obvious scare elements. But then, to the question of the original story compared to the movie, when the pace and tension are high in the film, does it faithfully follow the structure of the original story? The answer is no. In the script, the events develop and escalate as time goes on, while the behavior of the characters changes. Finally, in the script, the story grows, the tension builds towards the end. In the film, the events are presented in a wave-like manner, which may appear illogical to some viewers. First, there are powerful scenes like Bennings changing, and then the atmosphere calms down. After this, a more intense scene, and then the atmosphere calmed down again. This may seem unreal to some viewers. For example, it can be hard to imagine that in real life, after the kennel scene or the Bennings burning scene, anyone would behave as calmly or normally as the crew behaves after Blair is locked in the tool shed. In addition, in reality, the crew would seek help and try to repair the equipment and vehicles back to working order, as in the script. As Carpenter has said, the film is cut to maintain tension and pace. Thus, the story-building structure of the original script is too slow. The final film is a more entertaining thrill package than the script version. Is the film better or worse than the script version? It depends on the person. For many, the script story can be more logical, coherent, and deeper than the film story. For many, on the other hand, the faster-paced and more straightforward action of the film may seem better. Still, many fans of the film would certainly be willing to see the version according to the script, even if it is longer and slower. Thanks for watching the video series. Hope you enjoyed it. Write in the comments, how do you feel about the original script version compared to the published film? Would you like to see the original script version as a movie? Remember to like and share the channel's videos, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done it.